Hey, what's going on, guys? It's me, the FPL Penguin. I hope you're all doing well. Now, in today's video, I will be talking about, in my opinion, the players who could be good differentials, a tongue twister that, and who I'm judging it by, to make it a bit more harder, from priced at 5.5 million and below. As you can see on the screen now, I've picked 15 players who I think we should probably look at, who could make a difference, some of them in our team this season, if you are looking for that good budget player to finish off your team, to complete your team ready for game week 1. Right, Fabianski and Foster, the reason I picked them, they picked up a lot of save points. They did a lot of saves. They got somewhere like 120 something, 150 something, I don't know, saves, definitely in the hundreds. That's how many saves they did last season in the Premier League. I just think, you know, these two, if we didn't talk about Edison and Allison, as well as Pickford as well, he played, you know, picked up some good points, but that's why a lot of people are going for him as well. But talk about Fabianski and Foster, I wanted to pick these two because of how good they were last season. Okay, the teams finished, the reasonably top half, kind of. I think Watford slipped down a bit near to the second half of the table. I'm not sure. Probably got to 10th. I can't remember. But these two were very good, outstanding, I'd say. If we weren't talking about Edison and Allison, we've got to talk about Foster and Fabianski. I mean, you know, reasonably priced at 5 million each, both of them. And, you know, West Ham, after the City fixture, have got some good fixtures, I feel. You know, they got Brighton away. You know, Watford's at home to Brighton. So, probably consider maybe having Foster in. You know, he's a very good goalkeeper. And I expect them both to do very well again this season for their teams. Pick up quite a few save points as well, because, you know, they're very good. They are very good. Next up, I'm going for the defence. As you can see, I've picked Coleman, Aki, Duffy, Ritchie and O'Connell. And the reasons behind these is, well, if you didn't want Disney, however you pronounce his name, from Everton, who's about priced at, is it 6 million exactly? You know, go for this guy. He's about 0.5 million less. Coleman, okay, he didn't do, you know, not much of a difference in the stats. You know, Coleman scored, I think, twice and assisted twice, I'm not sure, but Disney didn't do that much better than Coleman. You know, I feel you could still get a good deal. You know, he's a regular starter. Coleman, been there for years. And if you can't get Disney in, get Coleman. He's just as good, I feel, to have as an Everton asset in your team. Aki as well. He scored 4 goals and 1 assist. Coming up against Sheffield United, he's got some good fixtures. Well, excluding the City one at home, which should be a tough one. But after that, he's got some okay fixtures, you know. And he, you know, being a centre back that he is, he's, you know, he's like Bournemouth's Van Dijk, if I dare say it. You know what I mean? But not as good as Van Dijk, obviously. But I mean, seriously, the guy's buddy scored 4 goals. He's like their rock at the back, near enough, and he assisted as well last season. So I'd go for, if you want a good asset, go for Aki. You got Duffy there as well. I think he scored 5 goals last season. He's another one to go for. Priced at 5 million. I expect Brighton to struggle this season. I've got them to be relegated, even though they signed Trossard, who I think is going to be a very good player. I put him as a good differential as well, but he's not in this team. Reason is because he's priced at 6 million, which is over the limit that I've set on this team for this video. So, but if you can go for him as well, because I think he'll do very well, Trossard, for Brighton, the new winger, the Belgian young lads international. He scored on his Brighton debut recently in a 5-2 win for Brighton, so that was good to see. Richie, now been moved to fullback near the end of last season from winger. It's going to be quite interesting to see how he does. He's picked up a few assists, plus adding on from back in his days playing as a winger for Newcastle as well, I imagine, but scored 2 goals. I heard he takes penalties, if I'm correct, for Newcastle. So that's very good as well. He probably will take the free kicks, I think, as well this season. So he's another one to go for as well. O'Connell. And the reason I'm saying O'Connell from Sheffield United, he scored 3 goals and did 3 assists for Sheffield United last season at centre back. It was a bit of a tough one to go for either him or Basham, because Basham scored 4 goals and done 1 assist. But I thought you need to go for this guy because he's done 2 more assists. It looks like he's involved himself a bit more in the team, his involvement. So I picked O'Connell with 3 goals and 3 assists at centre back position. Onto the midfield now. We're on to Gundogan, Westwood, Noble, Fleck, and McGinn. Oh wow, Gundogan. He's quite a regular starter in the City team. City making a new signing in Rodri or something like that from Atletico Madrid. Will that damages hopes of starting? Who knows? But I think he should still start. If you're looking for that good budget City midfield, I know loads of people going for either B Silva, maybe De Bruyne is coming in as well. You're thinking about Sterling definitely. But think about Gundogan. Obviously, I know he's not going to do as well as the other 3 I've just mentioned, or definitely not as well as Sterling, as I mentioned. But Gundogan is a good budget City regular starter. Maybe could hopefully start for them next season. I think he picked up 6 goals and 3 assists, if I'm correct. So I think he'd be a good City asset if he starts regularly like he did last season. Westwood is another one. I think he did 2 goals and 8 assists last season for Burnley. Burnley, I'm kind of tipping to go down to the Championship this season. But I think they'll fight because they are a fighting team, Burnley. They don't give up. When they play against teams, they really do get the points out. I think they got a point out of Manchester United. They got a point out of, was it Chelsea, if I'm correct, at Stamford Bridge? I can't remember. But they are a very good fighting team, and Westwood is one of those fighting players. And with the sign of Jay Rodriguez as well up front, I think that'll boost Burnley a bit more as well in their team. Noble, I've gone for. He takes pens, VAR next season, first time ever in the Premier League. It's going to be interesting. Will it improve? Will it give West Ham more penalties if correct decisions? Who knows? But the one who will be taking them is that guy right there, Mark Noble. A true legend of the club, loved by everyone at West Ham. You've got to go for him. He's a good budget midfielder. West Ham, got some good fixtures after the City game. He could do something against City. Who knows? We're at home. He might get a penalty. Who knows? But I think he's another good budget midfielder as well. On to the next one, we've got Fleck. He's from Sheffield United with 2 goals and 10 assists last season for Sheffield United. Okay, the Premier League, different ball game to the Championship, but he's a good budget midfielder. And Sheffield United haven't got that bad of a fixture run as well. Starting off with Bournemouth, who knows? It should be a good game. I should say quite a few goals. It could be a 3-3. It could be an exciting game for both teams in that game. And also good fixtures after that for Sheffield United. And then we've got McGinn as for our last one. Plays Aston Villa, one of Villa's key players to getting promoted to winning the playoffs last season. And he is such a very good player. And I really do think he's another one to bring in as well. 7 goals and 9 assists for him at Villa last season. He's one of those good kind of holding players, that's good passer. And, I feel, Villa, I think they'll stay up Villa. Same with Sheffield United. So I think there's 2 good players you got there from newly promoted teams, Fleck and McGinn, to actually look for. If you're looking for that budget midfielder, I know Villa are playing Spurs away, but you never know, they could make a really good game of it, against Spurs. in the first game of the season. So, but after that, Villa got some okay fixtures. I think Bournemouth is their first official home game, which is in game week 2. That should be interesting. Up front, to finish it off, we've got Origi, McGoldrick and Janssen. Now, let's get straight into it now. 2 of the 3 will be sitting on the bench, obviously. Bobby Firmino and Kane will be keeping Janssen and Origi, keeping the bench nice and warm. Origi, I really do like. He was a hero. He helped us in the Barcelona game, won it for us. He helped us win, well, along with Salah penalty, the Champions League final. I just think Origi, this is his season. I know we've got Bobby Firmino. We don't need another striker. We're fine. We're fine. We've got a fantastic attack. Origi can play left wing as well. So if we have fingers crossed we don't, because I'm a Liverpool fan. Mane and Salah are injured. There's talk as well for game week 1 that probably either Mane or Salah. Probably now it's going to be Mane. Won't be starting or probably playing against Norwich because of the African Cup of Nations that are happening and his country is still in it, Sadio Mane. So they probably might be getting a good break and then bring him back for the Super Cup final on the 14th, I think it is, of August. 5 days after the Norwich game. So I'll probably imagine Origi starting in that game. I think he's a very good player. So he won't get many starts, probably a lot of starts, won't get a lot of starts, should I say, with Bobby probably keeping him out. But when he comes on, I think he's a good impact sub, and I think you're going to be concentrating a lot. Probably a lot about youngster Brewster as well, coming up as well. But I think Origi is his season to shine this season. So hope he can make the best of it and show Jurgen what he can do. We've got McGoldrick as well. He does sometimes probably take some more penalties for Sheffield United. He's a good budget striker. He starts up front with Billy Sharp. So he's a regular starter. So he does take penalties. And I can't remember how many goals he scored last season. 15 goals and 4 assists. I've just read up now on Google. So, that's quite good. Obviously, Premier League, different ball game. But, guy takes penalties, VAR, Sheffield United be up for this. They're strengthening the squad as we speak, with the signings of Jagielka and Callum Robinson from Preston, who's a really good player, very good young player. Interested to see where he plays. He's not in FPL just yet. I imagine him being a 5.5 priced midfielder. Could be playing, they might use him as the attacking fullback, because we know they play a 5-3-2, if I'm correct. That's correct. Formation, it's quite a weird formation, but it's very good. It helped them get promoted last season, so they'll be using that again. So he could be playing there to help with the fullback, attacking wing fullback, or probably plays a striker, who knows. But we're still waiting for them to come in. Still waiting for Batshuayi and Abraham to come in for Chelsea. FPL, where are those two for Chelsea in FPL? I've been waiting. We've all been waiting for Batshuayi, Abraham. They're playing for Chelsea. They're still signed for Chelsea. It doesn't make sense. Why have you not added them yet on the website? It does not make sense. Janssen, the last one for I want to talk about in this budget team. Obviously we start on the bench, as Kane will be starting. They played at one strike up front. But I think it's going to be like Llorente, Janssen, but better, because now Llorente is gone. I don't know if he's retired, he's just left. But now the only 2 strikers they've got, okay, Son can play striker, but he's currently suspended at the moment. So he won't be playing start the season, the first few games. But Janssen, if he comes on when Kane goes off, he's tired or something like that, or if Kane ever gets injured, because we know he gets injured, Janssen will be taking his place, because that's what Llorente did last season when Kane got injured. So Janssen's a good budget striker to have. The best of the 3, probably, if I dare say. So, yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give a thumbs up. Please share. Please subscribe. Love to get to 50 subscribers. Love to do that. I'd love to get to about 70 subscribers before the season starts. I've been your host, the Mr. FPL Penguin. See you next video, guys.